Travel weeks always mess up my routine, so I need to reset everything. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we will be planning our first full week in April. So I am in my Clever Fox planner. I will be using this is my year sticker book, as well as my JoJo planners that I got from the Chicago Planner Conference last year. I also have a blue pen. I will not be using the green marker this time. And then, well, I am using the green marker, but this will be more for highlighting instead of writing. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start out by filling out my schedule and then completing my goals and main priorities, as well as work-life balance tasks. And then I'll fill out this bottom area and any notes I wanna put here. So let's get into it. So Monday, January 6th, I typically work from home. And so I'm just gonna put that here. I always like to remind myself that I'm working from home and I need to use my free will while I'm working from home. And then Mondays, I'm at work from 7 to 3. But I'm very flexible during those days, 7 to 3. I'm not flexible when I'm in the office, rightfully so, right? And then this week, I will be working from home also on Thursday because I will be taking a little trip. So exciting. After work on Monday, we do have a virtual church meeting. And then on Tuesdays, the podcast. And then I also have a ministry meeting. Yeah, church is life. Life is church. And on Wednesdays, I typically go to Bible study, but this time I will be traveling. So I'll be traveling from about 5 to 8. And then I will be out of town, and out of town. I should be back on Sunday. And then my Sunday after church will be my do nothing day because I'm gonna need it, a little break after my vacation. So now that I have the basis of my week, I know that I'm gonna be out of town for majority of the week. Sunday is gonna be church and a do nothing day. I really need to get a lot done on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday before I leave out of town. And so I'm going to fill out my goals and priorities as well as life balance for the week to inform how I need to fill up this white space and what I need to do on my work from home day while I'm still at home. So my goal for the week is travel and prep for travel. My priorities this week: finalize my itinerary for the 4 days that I'm away. I also need to continue my apartment search. I also need to complete my taxes, and I need to research certification programs to start. And then I need to record content. Okay, so my main goal: travel and prep. Priority number 1, pack and finalize itinerary, apartment search, complete taxes, research my certification program, and record content. As far as health and fitness, I need to, I'm going on a trip, so I'm not too focused on trying to eat right, but I do want to be active. So I want to stick to my 10K steps each day. Plus, I want to stretch each day. I've been doing really good with my water, so that's what I'm gonna do. I want to finish 2 books. That should be feasible with travel, and I'll also be traveling here. With these travel times, I'll be able to read a lot undisturbed. I'll be able to finish a book here and then definitely finish a book here. Relationships and romance. You do need a date night. And then as far as family and friends, I'm gonna call my mom this week before I go out of town. Oh, I want to go and see you, me, and Tuscany. I'm trying to plan out a day to go. I might go while I'm out of town. I might wait until I get back, but I definitely want to see it before people start talking about it. And for spiritual, I want to continue my daily journaling and memorize scriptures. I am excited about this week. I'm excited about my trip. This is the first trip of 2026. I took Q1 to just do staycations and kind of stay within budget and give myself some time to get into my routines. But now it's travel season, so you will probably see me go on a trip, probably 9 trips this year. That's a lot better than the 18 to 20 I used to do. So I'm trying to downgrade and unluxury my life a little bit just to be a better steward of my finances, my money, my time, my energy, my resources. So we're working on it. As far as learn something new, I'm still working on Spanish. I'm using Duolingo. Okay, so here are all my priorities and life area priorities and goals. Right now, I'm going to get into my personal to-do list, work to-do list, and habit tracker. All right, so for my habit tracker, I have water, journal, movement, 7 hours of sleep, and a pee and tidy. These are things that are important for me this week, so we'll see how we do. Now, as far as my personal to-do list, all right, so at the bottom here, as I stated, I have my habit tracker. These are the things that are really important for me this week. And I also have my personal to-do list, really finalizing 2026 travel as well as conferences I want to attend, plan a solo date. I don't know if it'll happen this week, but if not, I need to keep this on my radar. Host events. I hosted an event last week. I have 2 more events to host. I won't be hosting any this week, but I do need to keep in mind that I do need to plan for those events that I'm hosting next weekend. And then a creative night. I do want to squeeze in a creative night or a creative hour where I can just color, even if it's while I'm traveling on my way to where I'm going. And then I need to plan reset for next week. I will not be doing it on a Sunday, so I will likely do that on Monday, but I do want to keep that on my radar. As far as my work to-do list, I need to plan my hotel planning retreat. I still will be doing that this month. And then I want to record 1 YouTube video. I am creating a new IG account, so I need to get that set up and ready. I have a cute little layout for it, so I'm ready to get that started. And I do want to start a Substack, but I do want to do more research on that to prepare myself and to also have content ready to go and load. And then I do need to update my resume, and I kind of want to look into virtual assistants just to get more research and to have a better understanding about it. So that's for that. That's it for that. Over here, I did kind of like a brain dump. I looked through my previous list for the year so far, my yearly goals, my quarterly goals, just to write down some things that I need to keep in mind, especially as I'll have downtime this week. As I'll be traveling, I can kind of knock some of these things off. And so I want to revamp my routine. I need to get back to my personal curriculum right now. I'm just doing Spanish. In Q1, I did Black History, Spanish, and I did some finance. I also want to continue my Bible in year. I paused it because I was well ahead. I started in Q4 of last year. So I wanted to pause, do some deep dives into some of the things I read, and now I want to restart again. I need to schedule my medical appointments. I think I want to have them closer to my birthday just so they're easier to keep track of. I need to schedule a pedicure. I do want to do weekly movie nights at home. I need to use these subscriptions that I'm using. I need to start decluttering as I'll be moving in a few months. And I need to start decluttering, getting rid of things that I don't want or don't need. I need to remind myself there's no sugar. I've been doing crazy with sugar. I need to get rid of that sugar craving. So I need to figure out something with that. And I have my no spend week that I need to plan out for this month as well. It won't be this week, but it will probably be next week or the week after. I also want to start on my American Sign Language journey. That's something to keep in mind. I do want to continue my poetry. I need to find an open mic to do for the rest of this month. I am considering getting my real estate license. As far as when I'm thinking about a certification or going back to school for something, this is an option. And then I need to renew my passport. That's been on my list for almost a year. Self-care night. I do want to do one of these every week. I love doing these while I'm out of town. And then museums and culture, just doing something new, trying something new in one of the cities that I'm near. I need to do reviews. I have been really trying to stay on top of reviewing my experiences when I go places, restaurants, hotels, any ticketed event. I really want to leave a review, good, bad, or in between. And then I need to review my vision board. It's something I wanted to do quarterly. We are still in the first week of the month, so I definitely want to get that done to kind of visualize the life that I set out for myself for this year. And then as I'm traveling now, starting in Q2, getting my traveling season underway, I definitely want to be intentional about keeping my receipts and my pictures and junk journaling my travel for the year. I think that's going to be so fun to look back on that and continue it into next year. I got this really cute journal that is really going to be, long lasting and support all the things that I've done. And as far as my credit cards, I need to update my address on these. I need to update my income. It's just, I need to make sure that things are okay with all of my credit cards and bank cards. The first full week of the year is just a continuation of the Q2 reset. And so now what I'm going to do is go through these lists and kind of fill in what I think I can do, fill in the white space. And then I'm going to create my priorities for each day. Right, so I have taken all the items that I've written out that I can fit them here in this week. I fit them in. I've tried to keep things a little light on my travel days. I do not want to stick to doing things that are too heavy. So I moved a couple items over, but I will be doing things on my travel time. But when I'm actually in the mix of traveling, I don't want to do anything too heavy. I will be working, but it will be extremely flexible. So I don't want to be unrealistic with my plans. So this is what my week is looking like. Not too bad for a travel week. The things I have highlighted here in green, these are things that will carry over and I need to pay strong attention to when I'm planning my following week. And so this is what my week looks like. Let's put some stickers on here to kind of liven this up. All right, so I think that's it. This is my plan for the week. We shall see next week if we actually stuck to this, what we got done. I'm looking forward to sharing that with you all. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your main goal is for this week in the comment section below, and I will see you all next time. Bye.